Adscast, episode 8. Yep, welcome back to the 8th episode of Adscast. So that's 2 full months of doing this. I never really know what to say to this. It's kind of weird for me to just it's like I'm just doing a calendar. You guys know how time works. Like if an episode is coming out each week, sorry, if an episode is coming out each week, having 8 of them means that it's been 2 months. But it's pretty easy, isn't it? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that thank you so much for being friends of the show, for being tuning in each week, and means a lot to me. And keep doing it, of course. So I'm grateful for that. Quick. I guess the intro is also for quick updates. There's a new ASMR video that came out this week. It's the one about homophobes, and it's watch it. Go watch it. Go on my YouTube and you'll find it. Adriencoosnapa. You'll get all my links, or go to my Instagram. You'll get all my links. Use my link tree, and you'll get everything you need. And just check it out. It's 5 minutes long. It's pretty good, if I may say so myself. I want to say funny, but funny I don't think is the right term for that, because it's something that you need to experience. So please go and experience it and let me know what you thought about it. But I guess that would be it. Once again, thanks to a Patreon for making this episode possible each and every week. And you can join now on my patreon.com/adriencoosnapa. You know the drill. But I appreciate already that you are tuning in to watch the show. So I guess that would be it. One of the shortest intros I would have ever had. So hopefully that episode is not 1 hour and 30 minutes long. But I can't promise that. Welcome to Adscast. Adscast! So that happened. Welcome back and welcome to the first segment of this episode where we're going to talk about shit that happened. And the first thing I actually want to talk about was how fucking brilliant my team, Liverpool, is. How fantastic we are, and how we're the greatest team to have ever existed. Extrapolating a bit, that's my team. But, we also, if you're not aware of, we had the last match day of English Premier League on Sunday, and we needed to win, while City needed to just not win on their side for us to win. And that felt like it was possible, and then all of a sudden Villa just was like, I don't get it, but hey, that was never in our hands, so that's fine. But it got me to reflect about something real quick, which is just not me just wanting to gush over my team, but I think I would do an episode about football way down the road, which is more like all the feelings you get through football, all the beauty of football is how much it makes you feel. It's good to see people do incredible things with the ball and do incredible tricks, and it wants to make you do the same things in real life when you play. That's amazing. But the feeling of seeing your team win, lose, draw, whatever, is what I want to focus on. It's incredible. I really feel like, and I've said that to someone a few years back, but you can make an opinion of someone depending on whether or not they watch football and depending on which team they support. And that person was like, oh, so I must be a bad person because I don't follow, because my point was mostly linked to loyalty. I must be a bad person since I don't follow football. And you know what? At the time I was because we were friends at the time, I was like, no, you have to, well, you don't watch it, that's fine. I'm trying to make excuses for that person. When in fact, and after the fact rather, now a few years back, 3 years later, that must have been the biggest cunt I've ever met in my whole life. So yes, I will be saying this. Watching football makes you a better person. I have zero qualms in saying that. Watching football makes you a way better person. And which team you support will also define you as a person. And that's the thing, particularly in Mauritius about football, because it's not in our country, but we've been following it because that's what's been on TV. I feel like people don't really get the cities that they're following, because football teams are mostly representative of their cities and the locality. For example, Chelsea, a very London-y city with a lot of racist fans, and I have no issue saying that. How out of isn't that so obvious, right? Right, it just does make sense, doesn't it? Well, the team that I support is Liverpool, which has been steeped in socialism and regional discrimination. Well, there were a lot of issues, but I think what I take the most from Liverpool is the socialism of it. How the main belief in the city is that everyone needs to make it work, and that's the thing. Even though we're not gonna get 4 titles this year, hopefully we get the Champions League, which makes it still free. Even though we're not gonna get 4 titles this year, how fucking incredible has it been to follow that team? We've been on 4 fucking fronts, and we went till the last day. For the month of May, City, I think for 3/4 of the month of May, City only had 1 match a week. We played every 3 fucking days. And yeah, we drew to Tottenham. Well, what to do? We're gonna come and play that terrorist football. So what are we supposed to fucking do? That's fine. But still, we brought them to the very fucking last day. I'm so proud. I'm so proud that, like, at times you don't really choose your team. I think that if you did not choose your team, you just were birthed into it. That is, your parents were following it. It's beautiful. If you decide to pick a team midway, it's kind of fucking weird. Because, like, I remember one time in 2014, someone on I think 5 Plus, there was like a FIFA competition, and they were no, it was like a title race, and they were asking which team do you support, and the dude said that he's from Manchester City here in Mauritius, and I was like, it's like people who tell me they're fucking Tottenham. Like, who? Why? I can assure you, you've never seen them lift a title. Like, people have made a lot of fun about Liverpool, but Liverpool is actually the big 6 team with the shortest, actually no, overall in the UK, is the team with the shortest waits between titles. It's just that this wait is more recent, is because we are live. But I think the one with the biggest is Manchester City, which was like 45 or 55 years, I forgot, followed by Chelsea, followed by United. How fucking funny. Like, maybe Liverpool is not the best. I think it's Arsenal the best. I think, I'm not sure. But they're gonna overtake us at some point. It's about to be 10 years. 20 years. Okay, I'm digressing. That's not really what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is that we brought that billionaire, sports washing, corrupt, vile team, fraud manager to the very last day, and I'm proud of this. But what I'm actually really proud of is more of the people who got in that club. Like, something, if you watch football, you have seen, particularly if you're playing the last match day at home, you see that at the end, the players go back in the dugout and they come back with the family. And I've seen that. I think the first time I saw it must have been in 2008, when I actually started watching football well with my dad. And that year we lost the title to United. Was not to be, by I think 2 points once again. We are the masters of bringing the main team to the last day. What to do? And I think I saw that and I was like, that's beautiful. We did lose, yeah, but do you see the communion that's happening in the stadium? I really fucking hope someday I can go there. But that was amazing. And that happened again. And I just picked one thing from the lot, which was Jürgen Klopp is the best manager in the world currently. I think for the Liverpool history only, well, I think Shankly would be above Paisley. I think only Bill Shankly would be on the same level of what he means. Paisley and Shankly meant a lot, both of them, but I think like Shankly with his like straight speaking, like no bullshit, and actually having results, and like Ralf Rangnick, he can speak straight, but bro, you're not winning. You lost the last fucking match against Palace. So my point is, I love Liverpool because of the football, but also because what that city and that team represents. Like Jürgen Klopp said himself, he's a socialist. He wants everyone to succeed together. You don't need to impede on someone else, to stampede someone, to make it for yourself. If you do that, that's how billionaires are made. There's no billionaire that was made ethically. They're stealing your wages at best. At best, that's the lesser crime, I guess. That's the smallest crime that they could be committing. But I think I'll do one episode about sports like football properly, because right now it's just like the emotion of that league title that we lost. We really did lose, but like it's funny when teams which are like 20 points behind us are making comments. And one thing, Liverpool is hated across all of the UK, which is another thing that I take at heart. It's really like an underdog, not really an underdog kind of thing, but it's like everyone fucking hates you, bro. You're not doing that to prove them wrong. You're doing that for yourself and for your people, the people who are actually behind you. So one day we'll talk about that. But that was the first thing about football. The second thing was that there's been one more fuel price hike here, going to what, 74 rupees now. Just last week I said how we are paying at least 1,000 more than like a year and a half back. And they think they're slick, because like we know that they're gonna lower it just a tiny bit when the budget comes in, so that they can say, look at what we're doing for the people. And there are people who are fucking gullible. I don't want to say, but people from fucking villages. I know it's bad. I know it's bad, but I actually believe in it, so I don't really care. So fight me about it. My point is that they're gonna fucking get people with what they're gonna do with that. But it's really like let's build on this. Following this new announcement, I forgot which one it was, because I don't really care about like these new parties coming up with like, wow, let's gonna, you know. I forgot which one. I'm behind them. I need to make that clear. I'm behind them, but I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of energy wasted in a lot of things that they do. Let me move on from this. Like fighting against the fucking vaccine. Like, that was... Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, they said that we should, when I'm recording this today on Tuesday, the 24th of May, that we should as a people do a fuel strike, which would be go slow on the road. And the response from the government and the police was that they're gonna fine people for it. Like, I think it's 10K. The fine must be like 10,000. And it's the same thing as last time when I said about the riots. First thing Pravin said when he came back was that he's gonna fully back the police to take action. Now you're just saying that I'm just gonna fine you, I'm just gonna give you a penalty if you do this, where you're exerting your right to express yourself against your government. I do not like France, but I like the fact that for whatever the fuck, you can just go in the streets. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. That you can just march because you want to express yourself about things. That's fucking unbelievable. But once again, the issue is still the same. And all you found to do was come out to try and scare people off. Not try to talk to them. Not try to understand them. You just want to be telling them that if you try to express yourself, I'm going to come for you. I'm going to make the police come for you. I don't even blame people who are in charge for being that evil anymore. I blame the people who vote for them. Can't you fucking see what's happening? What has happened in the past? We can't even say that the transition between Navin and Pravin was too short for us. We've had him for what? 8 years now? We've had Pravin for something like 8 years now, and that government for 8 years. You know exactly what they can do. You went for a second election with him, and you gave him more power. I do not blame the people who... I do blame them, yeah, let's not be fucking stupid about it at the same time. Yes, they're vile, but it's like, you know that they're vile. There's no denying it. They're vile. They're just vile. You know that. They're terrible people. But what are you doing to counteract that? Reinstating them in power time and again? What are you doing? How can you go to a ballot and just, again, yes, we know it's communalism. We know it. So it's that much stronger that nothing in your mind will be above just voting for someone who prays to the same gods as you do. And I can't fucking see him every day on the national TV, like the news, going to social cultural events where these dudes are just like sucking his dick, being like, oh, he's the new coming of Christ. Well, not Christ. But if I say it, a certain Facebook page is going to be mad at me again. So, proud of what? Proud of what? Supremacy? That's what you're proud of? Interesting. That's why I really want this podcast to kind of move into a talk show in the future where I have a guest and we debate on topics all the way through, or a co-host, and we just like, I want to be talking to someone so that you can hear it better. How it comes out when you talk to someone about trying to make the country fucking better, and how you will have debate over it. You will have ideas clashing over it. But at the end of the day, it's to try to make the country better. When you go and vote for anyone from MSM, I'll be very clear about that. When you go and vote for anyone from MSM for any elections, you are shooting your country in the head. You are setting Mauritius on fire. You are tying up the noose around our democracy. Whenever you go, I'll say it again. Whenever you go and vote, or make it a bit wider, you go to their rallies, you go to their meetings, you go to whatever, as long as you side with them on anything, well, it's fine. Well, siding with someone doesn't give them much power, but voting for them does. Although siding with them makes them feel that there's people behind them, so yeah, there's a good debate about that too. But my point is that whenever you do anything related to the MSM, empowering the MSM, you are going against the betterment or the best course of action for Mauritius. You are condemning our future, all of us, whenever you do it. Say it again, because last time I said that in the previous week's ASMR, I said that we act as if there are only two names on the ballot, Navin or Pravin. And someone said weren't you the one making fun of the Reform Party on Facebook? I'm like, holy shit, how do you remember that? I don't even have that page anymore. I was like, a year ago. Yes, I did. I remember putting a meme of that thing of that kid, that divorced kid in the middle. The parents are pulling on both sides, and the kid is over a pit. And the pit for me was like Reform Party. Yes, because I don't believe in Roshibana either. I give him some credits. I give him and Nando Buddha a level of credit, which is you were with these guys, and then at some point you were cozy, and then you were like, fuck it. You could just have kept getting your money. I give you that, but before you can always get better. So I'm gonna give people that. But I just he's entertaining, Roshibada. He's really entertaining. We all saw that thing with Shakil Mohammed, who I would not speak ill against, because either I'm gonna get all the Abibis who are gonna be mad at me for talking about Daddy Shakil, or a certain part of Paul Louis saying that they're gonna come and find me. So fucking weird, right? But you can't just say things in this country. What kind of country is this? You can't just express yourself. So yeah. So if it wasn't clear enough, when I say that there are two names on the ballot, you just think there's two names. I'm saying vote for fucking MMM. That's what I'm saying. Because it's the Socialist Party, so I'm behind it. For now, what they have done and said still matches what I want to be the best for Mauritius. So I'm going to keep saying it. It makes sense. All right, I'm not even in the party. I'll be honest with you. I vote for them, but I'm not. I could join, I guess, in the future. Again, I still want to be prime minister. I'll need a party for that. But it's out of me seeing what's best. But I'm saying it. It's not me voting for someone who looks like me, because someone who looks like me is not of my ethnicity by default. I am ethnically vague. Why did fuel hikes make me that fucking... It did send me through a rabbit hole. But what I wanted to say for this is that this is very incendiary, what our authorities are doing once again. You're not trying to talk to people. You're trying to scare them. Let's see how far that gets you. For now, that's what I wanted to talk about. So, that happened. Adscast! In my feelings. Welcome back after a very emotional segment. I don't know if the term is emotional as much as... Yeah, that could have been me in my feelings, actually, in the previous segment. But let's talk about what got me so... Let's talk about what got me so tormented this week. Well, it's a topic that I've actually wanted to tackle for a while, but like a good YouTuber, I needed to get to say, I didn't want to make a video about it, but... Because, we are the bane of the world. But truth be told, I didn't know what medium, actually, I had to best express this. And here comes Adscast. Let me do that sentence again. Here comes Adscast. Don't butcher the own freaking the name of your own freaking podcast, particularly when it's got part of your name in there. Let's talk about misogyny. So, as from today, this is an alpha male podcast. Thank you. Funnily enough, it all started from me a few months back, just going, damn, I was wrong my whole life. Madonna is one of the baddest bitches to have ever lived. Yeah, what type of random ass thoughts do I get? But, well, at the same time saying this, that's kind of me disrespecting like Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks. So, for real, I want to put emphasis on one of. Alright, she's one of many. As she is in a group of terrific women who brought change and progress. But I guess that thought came following the memes about her flooding social media. All the weird TikToks she was taking, which put in perspective what I think about women and how I have seen her depicted in media since birth. As I finally get to the age where she'll consider dating me, here's me, just a boy, in front of her, a multimillionaire legend of the industry, seeking modern-day adoption, as known as wanting to be a sugar baby. Let's not sidetrack into me wanting to be a boy toy. Yeah, that's one of the terms that they kept using for everyone she was dating. Today's point is about how women aren't allowed to be anything than prey. Prey in everyone's eyes. Across the gender spectrum, there's a hatred for women that has been thrusted upon us. And you might think that, Adrien, shut the fuck up. I'm a woman. How could I be sexist? Or even better, Adrien, you fucking white knight simp. Don't you know I could never hate women? I'm a nice guy after all. Pussy please. Everyone has been taught to hate women at some point. Doesn't matter if it worked. It's not my point here. What stands is that if not your parents and the upbringing they provided you with, the religious doctrine, can't English, doctrine you've been subjected to beyond your own will, or the inevitable consumption of world media, the inevitable consumption of world media has, to a big degree, painted women in the worst of shades. Let's get back to Madonna. When you hear her name, when you call my name, okay, when you hear her name, I wasn't really trying to make a pun. When you hear when you hear her name, what's the first thing that comes to mind? And why is it the word provocative? And the term provocative would be for most people who didn't end up as misogynists. Yeah? For the rest who bought into the propaganda, it's less glorious words. Let's not forget the myriad of pejorative terms linked to women, while dudes just got one word really, dick. Madonna is the epitome of pushing the needle, of rebellion, doing whatever you were told, doing whatever you told her not to do. And be it through music, through her fashion, and her lifestyle. I don't like the term lifestyle. It's a weird way to describe like people just who they fuck, right? She broke through and took control of her body and how it is depicted, choosing how she wants to display it. And she found partners in people who'd fit more the demographic that men picked into. Actually, we keep saying she was dating young. Her youngest partners were in their mid-20s, while Elvis Presley and co would marry 14-year-old girls. Even in this, you see the double standard. Villainized where others got a pass. And why? Because she's a woman. Even today's harassment is linked to what? Her age. Her facial lift. Did you ever see a picture of Mickey Rourke? I'm just go and Google that. Look, I'm not particularly for or against plastic surgery as an aesthetic. Like, maybe just don't turn yourself into a Bogdanov. Rest in peace, both of them are dead. Wow. How many times I've paused. But also, that's not my fucking body. You've seen what I do with my hair. How could I judge anyone? And this is fine. This is fine, actually, compared to the rest of the things I do. Again, the double standard, which is birth. Why aren't you changing? My script is not go. No, why am I autocorrect? People listening on Spotify, please bear with me. I am an imbecile. And again, the double standard, which is birthed by the patriarchy, putting an expiry date on women. Past some age, they don't want you to act or perform. You can just disappear now. I'll find someone younger, someone fresh, someone powerless enough to let me abuse them. The irony of wanting to kill you off as you get older and still hating you for trying to stay young. I wanted to clearly say it and admit it. I've been seeing her since birth, Madonna, as that evil woman, a witch. She captures young, innocent men. She steals third world babies. She shows the world a face that we didn't see from women. How evil, right? I've come to grips with how I've been seeing her. And even though she isn't so prevalent in the news anymore, it's not too bad to recognize how misguided and wrong I was. Because I think, even if we were wrong, we can die better. Let's not just stay on Madonna though. When I prove a point, I dig it in deep. I got really sexual. You want someone who's been in the news quite a bit more as of late? Britney Spears. America's sweetheart. which they didn't hesitate to tear down, which eventually led to her losing control of her life, and that's not even figuratively. She was destroyed for being everything we wanted to see. Young, pretty, talented, sexual, everything. And yet, the world felt like it needed to remind her that she's a woman. You're only allowed to do so well when you're not a straight white man. And she wasn't the last sacrificial pawn. Again, me and words. Many young women, young artists, performers, suffered a similar fate in the public eye, or are under constant scrutiny. Well, thankfully, not everyone was under conservatorship, but slightly less worse is not anywhere near good. And for my final point, I would like to talk about the climax of misogyny. BTS. Alright, everybody chill. There's a point underneath this clickbaity sentence, which is hating what women love. And let's be factual, there are way more people on earth who love BTS against people who hate them. Army is massive, never doubt that. But I want to talk about that hatred or delegitimization. My English is pathetic. Why are BTS hated? I shouldn't have clapped while saying that, the mic is gonna catch it. Why are BTS hated? Now I can do the clapping. I don't even know if that was in sync. Yes. First and foremost, racism. You can't really escape that one, can you? That's pretty out there. And how many of y'all's parents saw or heard them and just went, get sa benzine wala un coup. Pure discrimination in its most refined state. But I wanted to talk about the same thing that made Justin Bieber and One Direction hated in their debut. And please forgive me. I do not mean to put shit, I don't mean to put shit show inside a dumpster fire Justin Bieber on the same level as BTS. BTS royalty. Hear me. Jesus fucking Christ, how embarrassing that dude was. The point is, people just want to hate what girls love. And yes, it's not just girls loving BTS and the others, but particularly with boys bands and Justin Bieber, these are heavily marketed to girls and young adult women. These record labels know what they're doing when they dress their stars like that, when they give them these specific songs. They have a targeted audience. And whoever ends up liking it out of that audience, that's bonus. Getting back to what they have in common though, being branded, willingly or unwillingly, as content for little girls gives the rest of the world a target. Remember fucking Lily Singh said that. Why do they dress like that? Why do they sing like that? Really, why should you fucking care? In a world of freedom, as to your content consumption, well, that's not totally accurate, but let's assume for the benefit of the experiment that free will is still a thing. Why should you care? Again, yes, racism, but also, it's so easy to hate it if women love it. So, what stemmed from being grossed out about Madonna memes turns into another reason to destroy the patriarchy. What a lovely day. But let me reiterate, or rather elaborate. And you can apply the next few lines to the whole of your existence. Really? It's fine. Our upbringing was pretty fucked up. It's fine. That's what we were led to believe in less considerate eras. It's fine to have been wrong. But the world hasn't stopped moving. And we have a better idea now of what's right and what's wrong. You cannot now, having lived so much, look away when you can do better, when you can be better. And that got me. Say it with me. Say it with me, girls. In my feelings. Adscast. Yo, 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 it's the end of this episode, and I'm pretty confident that this one is not going to be above an hour. It's not even going to be above 50 minutes. So, well, you're welcome. All right, that's more digestible. You can very much consume it on the go. You're going to love, like, put it in your mouth, all over your face and your lower back. That's going to be amazing. Thanks for having been with me for 2 months now already. Sorry, why am I being so gassy? Why? What did I do? I ate eggs. Oh, okay, yeah. Thanks for having been with me for 2 months. I don't have much to say for that outro. I think the whole episode was emotional today. From price hikes to bloody fucking... And you know, I don't like it when men talk about women. I said it in that video I made for Women's Month, which we didn't publish, which was just that I wish we were in a world where dudes don't have to speak up about the state of women, where women can be like, say what they have to say, and that's it. But they don't need us to be like spokesperson for them. I wish we had that already. Existence is pain. But it's fine. It's just like my point of don't feel malicious, try to make it better. It's that when you see things like this, don't just look away. Try to... Yeah, I think it's easier to just try and live happier. To just look away so you're gonna live happy. I envy people who are that ignorant. It's not like I wish I could. I very much have that thing with Iron Man in Endgame when Pepper is telling him about stopping. Like, he's saying that he wants to stop, and she's like, but he found the solution when he found the... Okay, spoiler alert for Endgame. 3, 2, 1. When he found the solution, or the whatever application to time travel, and he's like, he found it, but he can just not do anything with it. And Pepper said that would kill him to not do anything about it. I have that. If I had to represent myself, and I'm making the outro long for nothing, I had to represent myself in a superhero, it's Iron Man. And I will not develop that, but I very much think so. Maybe not the alcohol. Maybe not the alcoholism. No, the girls, definitely not. But yeah, it would kill me. I think it's the one thing with superheroes, right? If you can, but you don't, it's your fault. If you can, but you don't, it's just your fault. With great power, I'm saying that as if I can fucking like web stuff. No, I can't. But with the gift of thinking comes great responsibilities. With the gift of your brain performing comes great responsibilities. I can't even tell myself at times, like, that's something very like, that's gonna be very like TMI. No, not TMI, because there's nothing sexual with that, but like, it doesn't know where we don't fucking know where that's coming from, but like, I keep telling myself that, well, let me reformulate. As much as I say the same thing, like, maybe, and that's a big maybe, I didn't make that outro 2 hours long, my camera wouldn't have had time to die. My camera died, so that's why I'm starting another clip. And what was I saying? So what I was saying was that I would like to, I say it often, that my life feels like a fucking movie. And it's not like this, yesterday was a movie, last night was a movie. It's like that shit is crazy. It's like novelas TV kind of bad. But I've come to grips with being the main character. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are just NPCs and extras on set. I've come to grips with being the main character, and I wouldn't change that for anything in the world. But the same thing with having a brain that actually works. That podcast is just me sucking my own dick, but I'll fully get on it, sucking my own dick. I would not change that for anything in the world. Yes, doesn't let you be as happier because you have to always think about things that are bad. But I'd rather that, now that I know what it is, I'd rather that, because if you can but you don't, then it's your fault. I guess that's the thing I live by, and not trying to shove it down your throat. Just trying to say, subscribe to my Patreon. Just trying to say thank you guys for tuning in, week in, week out. Follow me on everything. Follow this podcast on whatever streaming service you're using. Look up my YouTube, adriencoosnapa, my Instagram, adrien.coosnapa, my TikTok, adrien. No, is it adrien? I forgot which one it is. You'll find me easily on TikTok too, or use my link tree to get all my links. I appreciate you guys checking out the previous videos too. The ASMRs are pretty good, and I think I said it last week, but like I don't get as much reach now, which is bad because I'm fully organic, and since Facebook deleted my page, I'm fucked. But trying to grow organically, no better thing to do. Thank you once again for being part of Adscast. How do I do that last thing that I usually do? Yo!